Welcome back, folks. Okay, so today my plan is to finish the 2-inch drop on the back, and to do that we're using coilovers. So I ordered these on eBay. I've already done the other side because I've actually never taken the strut out of a Fiero. I mean, I've dropped engines out back and forth, but I've actually never taken the strut apart. So I was a little concerned about spring pressure. Turns out it wasn't so bad with the W6s, which is your GT suspension springs. They're a little shorter, and just zip that off, no problem. A little bit of spring, a little bit, it wasn't bad. I'll show in the video, so it's all good. So let's get to it. Yeah, so taking everything off. Luckily I've got the hoist, so it does make it a lot easier for me. I can bring it up to a comfortable height. I can use a jack to help support the knuckle underneath, or whatever you want to call it, assembly. And I just take the bolts off, top, bottom. It's actually pretty simple. There's a few tricks though. I've learned pretty quick here is that don't take your caliper off on the rear. Seriously. Once you take that caliper off on the rear, if you don't have the tool to back that piston back in, and you try and get that back on, it's a fight. Most of them, right? Because the e-brakes on the back tend to always want to drag. So what I do is, you have to remove the caliper just enough to get the bottom bolt of the strut out. And then once you get it clear, you're okay. Just don't pull everything off, right? Just leave it loose enough to get the bolt by. So that's my one big tip for today, and it's free because Trudeau hasn't taxed that yet. Anyway, let's get to her. there you have it, eh? Not too bad. So what I've done is on the other side is I took a dimension when I had it on the table, so I knew where to get my stop to the same height as the other side. But yeah, putting it all back together is pretty straightforward. The instructions are there when you order the kit as I had, because my struts were good. I didn't get a whole kit that does the struts and springs in one shot. Everything came apart pretty good, so I can't argue. But we'll tighten this up, put her back down. Hope I can get the lift arms out. I do have to use, like I said, 2x4s to prop it up. So anyway, yeah, pretty nice, easy job. I do plan on taking it for an alignment. It's part of what I'm doing anyway, so I wasn't too worried about doing the struts, taking them off. But if you do take them off, even in the instructions it tells you to mark them. And the reason being is that this is all adjustable within here to get your right camber. But I know mine's going for an alignment, so I just eyeballed it back to where I thought it looked good. And what you can't see off camera is below the knuckle here is I have a jack with a pipe, and that's what I use to help myself lift it up because it was just me. But you can do this by yourself as I just demonstrated, so it's not too bad. I do have the advantage that I don't have to work off the ground with the lift now, so this, that makes a big difference for me. So anyway, grab the wrench and let's tighten this thing up. Oh, she's down. Getting there. Looks pretty low. So pretty happy with that project so far. It's looking really good. Now it's take it outside for a little drive. It's cold enough here now in Miami, so I can do that once the ice freezes over. I don't want to drive on any slush, so we're in minus 15 temperature right now, Celsius. So, and I did say Miami. Manitoba. Yeah, so yes, there's a Miami in Manitoba. Some days I wish it was in Florida. But here we are. She's down, so I'll take her out for a bit of a drive on the gravel slowly because unfortunately we're a few miles off from the main road. So see how she sits and take a drive like I said and let her settle down a bit and have a look. I'll get some footage of that and we'll see how that looks. Yeah. Getting there.